Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's tutorial we'll be learning how to sew this beautiful busty gathered gown that has a opening at the back. If you're interested in this tutorial, just keep watching. Okay, keep watching. All right, now guys, I have gone ahead to fold my pepper into two. I'll be cutting the upper part first, which is the half length. I'll be cutting it first. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and measure my shoulder divide by 2/8 and mark from shoulder to bust 10, under bust 13, half length, that is the waist 16 plus 2 inches allowance, which is 18. I will go ahead and connect all the lines. So I'm drafting the upper part of this gown. Now after ruling all the lines, I'm going to go up with 2 inches to get my chest line. I'll connect the armhole line, then use my ruler to rule it out. So now I'm going to mark my chest line. So I'll label chest line, bust point, under bust, waist, and the seam allowance. Now at the armhole part, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, then measure whatever I have that is remaining, get the midpoint of the armhole and mark it out. I'll go in with 1/2 inch and connect my armhole. So now mark the neck width, which is 3 inches. I have a fabric that is stretchy. I'm using 3 inches. Now if you have Ankara, you can go ahead and make use of 3.5, or you can still use 3 inches. Okay, it's still okay. Now I just came down for the neck depth of 1 inch. It's of no use because this has a queen and neckline. The next thing I'm doing is to put my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2, which is 4. I'll mark it from the chest line down to the same allowance. After that, I'll go ahead and rule it out. Now there are so many ways of cutting or busty. So I have different ways of cutting a busty. So I'll be using another method to do this. Now on the under bust, I'm going to go in with 1 inch on the under bust, on that leg. So I'll be going in with 1 inch. I'll mark that 1 inch from that under bust, which is the side part, down to the seam allowance. So I'll use my ruler to rule it out like so. Now to this center part, I will mark 0.5 inches, which is 1/2 inch, from the under bust down to the seam allowance. This is the center part on that leg. So I'll connect. The other side is 1 inch and this side is 1/2 inch. Now from the bust point, I'll under bust and beneath the bust, I'll just mark down 1 inch. Then I'm going to use my French curve to curve it, starting from the under bust to the 1 inch I came down from the bust. So if you like, you can connect it slightly to the bust point. Now I'll just use my ruler to connect this part, the 0.5 inches part. So this on the chest line, I'm going to go in with 1 inch to this side, then come out with 0.25 inches to the other side. The armhole area is 1 inch, then the center part area is 0.2 inches. So I'm going to connect it from the chest line to the bust point. I will use my pencil to connect. Now after connecting with my pencil, I'm going to use my marker to outline it. So guys, I'll just connect it like so. You can see that our bust is having shape. Now to get the sweetheart neckline that we have, I will go up with, from the chest line I'm going to go up with 0.6 inches on that leg. The nipple to nipple, I will go up with 0.6 inches. So you can go up with 1 inches, 1.5, 2 inches, depending how you want your cleavage to show. So because I have already gone up, well, I'm already on the chest line, so I'm going to go up with 0.6 inches. Then connect all that leg up like this. So I just redraw the curvy part and the straight part of the dart. Now I'm going to use my ruler to like connect that 0.6 inches I went up with. I'll just mark a straight line with my pencil. I will mark a straight line connecting it to the armhole part. Now from that place I went up with 0.6, I'll come down with 2 inches for my sweetheart neckline. That is how deep I want it to be. If you want, you can do 3, you can do 1.5. So I came down with 2 inches from this 0.6 inches I went up with. Now I'm going to use my ruler to create my deep sweetheart neck. So if you know how to mark a sweetheart neck, just use your free hand and do that. So I'll connect it in a curvy way directly to the dart leg. From there I'll still connect it to the armhole area. I'm just using my pencil to draft it very well before using the marker to outline it. I'm just blending it. I'll just leave it like this. Now coming to the shoulder point, no, to get our Queen Anne neckline, I have on the shoulder area 5 inches. Then this down part of the shoulder neckline, I'll come in with 2 inches. You can come in with 1.5. I'll just mark my 2 inches, then connect it directly from the down part to the neck width. You can see how I mark it. So on the shoulder I have 5 inches. I'll still reduce the 5 inches that I have on that upper part of the shoulder. Now guys, I want to tighten the Queen Anne neck, so I'll just go up with 0.2 inches. The place you see now I'm marking with my pen, I'll just go up with 0.2 inches just to tighten the neckline area there. So I'll connect it, the remaining down part of the line, I'll connect it straight to the armhole part. Like this. So now the place you see me shading with my red marker is the particular part I'm going to be cutting out. Okay. Now I've put down my measurement, my bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. Then on this chest line, I'm going to bring back the 1.25 inches I deducted as the bust tightening. I'll bring it back there, then put my seam allowance. So whatever I have on the chest area, I'll bring it down to the bust point. Coming to the under bust, I will divide it by 4, then add back the allowance I took from the dart leg, the 1.5 inches that is on that leg. I'll add it back, put my seam allowance. Same thing goes to the waist. I'll put back that intake there and put my seam allowance. So whatever I have on the waist, I'll bring it down to the same allowance. I'll connect it like so. So I'm just using my marker to connect the place I use pencil to mark. I'm just connecting everything like this. So this particular place is the 2 inches or 1.025 inches I put at the chest line in it, chest line. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting out this queen Anne neckline, stopping at that particular place I added the 1.25 inches. So I'll cut out the queen Anne neckline, stopping at that place I added the 1.25 inches I took out on the chest line. Then continue with the remaining cutting. You can see the way I am cutting it, guys. So I'm just cutting out the place I tighten up the queen Anne. So now I forgot to cut out my shoulder slope on the armhole area. So that is why I'm marking my shoulder slope. Then I'll cut it out like so. Then the front part is ready, the upper part is ready. You can see how beautiful it's looking. Very, very beautiful. Now this particular place I mark with my bureau is the place the queen Anne neckline is going to start while I am sewing it. I'll still indicate it on the fabric. Now coming to the back pattern, I folded my pattern into 2 and I have my 1.5 zipper allowance. I'll get my shoulder, then mark my shoulder to bust, then and shoulder to waist plus 1 inch seam allowance. I'll just connect. I only need my shoulder to bust and shoulder to waist. Just connect it like this. Then getting 3 inches for the neck width and 1.5 inches for the neck depth. So now I'm going to connect my armhole area, marking my shoulder slope. I will go up with 2 inches on the bust point to mark my chest line. So now I'm marking my armhole line. So I'll just mark my armhole like this, curving it out like this. It's of no use for now. I'm just marking it to avoid confusion. I'll still remark this armhole. Okay, now on this neck depth, I'm going to come down with 2.5 inches. You know that this tie has a button at the back. Then I'll bring my tape on the upper area, which is the shoulder part, to get the length where I want this opening to end. So I have I marked 9.5 inches. I later ended it at 10 inches, which is the bust area. Okay, you can go down with 12, 13 inches or 11 inches, depending on how you want it to go down. Now I'm going to put down my measurement, bust divided by 2 plus seam allowance. Okay, and whatever I have on that chest line, I'll still bring it back to the bust point. I'll put my waist divided by 4 plus my seam allowance. Now I'm connecting it like this. So I later use 10 inches. I'm marking the 10 inches. It's already there, which is the bust point. I'm making use of it. Now to this side part, I came in with 3.5 inches. Depending how deep you want that style, the C shape or round shape of that back to be, you can come in with 2.5 So I came in with 3.5 inches. Then from these 2.5 inches that I came down with, I'm going to be using my pencil to trace it down to the place I mark my 3.5 inches. I'm still checking if that 3.5 inches is okay for me. If it's okay for me, all right. I'm still checking. So after cross-checking, I later made it to 4 inches. I later came in with 4 inches, okay. So if you want your own to still go in, you can still use 2.5 or 2 inches. So I came in with 4 inches, then connect it to the 2.5 inches I came down with. Now I'm using my marker to correct it. So if you like, you can still leave it this style, this shape that it's having right now, but I want to like create my own to be like round shape. From that chest line, I'll just connect it, curve it slightly, curve it, so it's going to be looking like a C. It's no longer a U shape, it will be looking like a C, okay. Now if you want to make your Queen Anne neckline, but it's not necessary, the back does not have that cut out Queen Anne neckline, you just connect it slightly like this on the down part of the neck and the upper part of the shoulder. You connect it. Now I'm recreating my armhole area. So instead of going in with 0.5 inches on the armhole area, I didn't go in there. I just curve it out on the down part like so with my red marker, as you can see here. So now I'm using my red marker to mark the Queen Anne neckline. So if you want your own to have a Queen Anne neckline, this is how, the way we did it on the front part, that is how we are going to, that you are going to do it, okay. But it's of no use, it's of no use. I'm just showing us here to avoid confusion, okay. So I just went in with went up with 0.25 to tighten the Queen Anne neckline, but it's of no use because I'm not going to be cutting this neckline or the yoke of this back out. I'll only cut out the particular place that is supposed to be cut out. So I'll extend the line on the bust area. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do before cutting out is to do my my zipper tightening to avoid zip bugging out. If you be following me, I don't joke with my zip tightening. So I came in with 0.5 inches, then I'll just connect it straight to the chest line. I'll continue with my marking, with my cutting like this. So you can see the way I cut out the armhole part. It does not I didn't follow from the curvy part, the place I came in with 1/2 inch. I just cut out on that down part of the curvy place of the armhole. Just watch and you understand. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and cut out this our opening at the back. You can see the way I am cutting it out. So after that, I'm going to trim this 2.5 inches. I'll cut out the zipper allowance there, so it will be having a button. This particular place I'm dotting right now will be a button part. So now the back is ready, guys. The back is ready. This part is going to be for the button or for the loop. So to cross check if our back neckline and the front is equal, I just bring my front to place it. You can see that they are equal. The only difference is that the zipper, the tightening of the Queen Anne neckline, the 0.2 part, which I didn't cut out this. So you can see how beautiful the back is looking. Now the down part, which is the skirt area, you can see that I folded my fabric into paper into two. So I'll mark my zipper allowance first because I'll be using this paper together with the back. After marking this paper, I'm going to go ahead and fold the 1.5 inches inward. I'll fold it in. I'll use the paper to cut the front and also the back of the down part. So I'll fold the 1.5 inches inward like this. So after folding it, I'll continue with my measurements. So on this upper part is going to be my waist measurement. So from there, I'm going to place it to get my hip line. I'll mark my hip line like this. I'll mark my hip line. So guys, after cutting this skirt and you feel that it is too short for you, you can go ahead and add extra 3 inches on the waist part. Okay, but whatever you add on the waist part you are going to deduct it on the gathering length. So now on that hip line, I came down with 4 inches for my bask. You know that this gown has a bask. So I came down with 4 inches for my bask. The bask is not included on the measurement of this length of the gown. Okay, so what I have here is my hip line, okay, plus the 16 inches I added for the upper part, which is my half length. Now I'm going to put down my measurement, hip divided by 4 plus the same allowance. You can go ahead and add your allowance if you want to put that on your own. Then I've put my waist measurement and hip measurement. Whatever I have on the hip, I'm going to bring it down to the hemming part, removing 1.5 inches from it. Okay, remember the bust measurement, which is the 4 inches I put, is not included on the length of the gown. Okay, so while you are putting the length of the gown, you add your upper measurement plus the hip line measurement that you take. Then the remaining length that is going to be left out will be for the gather area. But after cutting this, you felt that if you after marking your bask, you felt that you have short skirt, just add 3 inches to it. Now to get our bask on this side part, I went down with 4 inches, connecting it straight down to the center point of this bag. Please, if you're cutting this skirt, open up the zip area, because I made a mistake while cutting it. I didn't remember to open the zipper area. You will still see it. So guys, this comes to the end of this tutorial. I'll be uploading the sewing part of this. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Please always remember to try out whatever you learned. It's very important for you not to forget it. Okay, so if I open this zipper area up now, you are going to see that I have made a mistake. I just cut out the zipper area a little. See you on the next tutorial. Bye for now.